You guys are becoming like my OG crew. I love it.
That's right. We love it too.
Aww.
Is our head, do you prefer a preference?
Let's have just as yours is set up. So the feet are more towards the altar, head towards this wall. And then as we always do when we come to rest on the blanket, so you'll bring your spine along the blanket, your hips and sacrum is here, and then legs up and over the bolster. But I always like to kind of show that it's standing up because this is sort of helpful. You want the blanket kind of about here. So the base of the blanket is more about mid-back rather than all the way down to the sacrum or the tailbone. This is a little bit more comfortable. And then this part of your back, the low part of your back, should be on the mat, on the earth. If this is too much in some bodies, this is a lot of heart opening. So if that's the case, just let me know. I can bring you one of those small bolsters, which is a little softer. We've got lots of ways to set you up if you're not comfy. Grab an eye pillow if you'd like. Here, I got you. You may not get an eye pillow.
Possible is neck rolls.
Yes.
Neck roll. Yeah, they have neck rolls. I put it on my belly.
Can I try a neck roll?
Absolutely. What else do you need? Got it all today. Neck rolls.
Actually, next time I'm gonna bring my sandbags in. I have my own sandbags. I'm gonna bring sandbags in.
Sandbags.
Sandbags over the belly.
Sandbags. You've been holding out.
I have been. Well, you should see. I have my lock area in my house. I have every prop you can ever imagine. So you can just rest this on the belly. It's kind of a nice little support on the belly.
You can call that your toy box.
Yes.
Do you need anything more?
I'm gonna try to do it. Okay, let's do it. Why not? It's a trend. All right. All right, so just arriving. Allowing the breath to slow. Feeling those first few intentional breaths that just simply welcome you into the space. Welcome you into your body, into this practice. And just let these first few moments, these first few breaths, be truly guided by exactly what you need in this moment, in this practice. If you felt a rushing to get here, some nice audible exhales can feel good. That idea of consciously and intentionally slowing the breath down can sometimes feel lovely. Whatever is intuitively speaking to you to find these first few moments of coming into the space, let that be it. Let that be the breath practice. Allowing the next couple of breaths to feel as if you could exclusively breathe just the front body. So with that little weight on your belly, it can be this really beautiful experience of inhaling Breathing the belly into that little mini bolster, breathing the bolster away. And with the exhale, you can feel that slightest bit of heaviness as that weight falls into the space of the belly on the exhale. A few breaths, breathing the front body, the front of the heart, the chest, the belly, the hips, all the way down the fronts of the legs. Maybe just honoring this space of the front body. We pay a lot of attention to that forward motion in our daily life. The breaths, the space in the front body might even feel a little bit of that energy of doing, of going, of being. Without tapping into that too deeply, just notice how the front body can feel really present. Next couple of breaths, begin to call the breath into what we'll call the back body. The back of the head, the back of the heart, back of the spine, sacrum, the buttocks, the backs of the legs. And here, particularly with that blanket behind the heart, there can be this really beautiful connection to the space of the earth. Maybe even imagining the inhale, the back body presses, breathes into the earth herself. And with the exhale, the earth presses back into you. A few breaths, breathing the back body. Back body can often be the place where the softer energies reside. Place we spend oftentimes less focus on in our daily life. Some see the back body as the space of where we hold the deepest wisdom. Even some of the spaces of shadow. Without touching into any of that too fiercely, just simply notice how it feels to breathe the back of you. Finally, breathing the side body. This can be almost the hardest way of accessing breath. Imagine breathing wide. Wide through the diaphragm, wide through the ribs. Wide through the sides of the hips, all the way down that band of fascia, the outside of the legs, the IT band. A few moments breathing the side bodies, breathing with. And maybe here, imagining yourself taking up space. Wide breaths, claiming your stake in this world. Claiming your place. Allowing all of you to be in the practice. allowing every ounce of the pieces of you that feel shaky, the pieces of you that feel joyful and full. Wide breaths, allowing all of you to be here. Finally, letting it all come together, just letting the breath breathe you. No specific focus, no specific area of intention, just let it be full. Your last few moments here, your last few breaths. Allowing the breath to stay natural and easy. Notice that there's this little space, the top and the bottom of the breath. Without shaping it in any way, just simply notice it your last 5 breaths here. The little pause, the little space, the top and the bottom of the breath. Once you've reached that 5th breath or so, allow the palms to float onto the belly, onto the pod. One last breath here, one last moment. As you feel ready, maybe begin to find little movements of fingertips. Little wiggles of the toes. Maybe the hands float down by the sides. Maybe the head rocks side to side. Eventually, slowly, gently bending one knee and then the other. Rolling to the right. Letting yourself curl your way into a little ball. Allowing the knees to hug in towards the chest. Find that little counter pose in the spine to where we just were. Slightest rounding in the upper back. Maybe noticing a little warmth or space where that blanket once was living. Two more breaths. Next breath, feel the left palm press into the earth. Slowly find your way to a comfortable seat, bringing the legs into a staggered shape. So for now, I'll say bring that roll blanket off of your mat. Have one block nearby and handy. Have your bolster nearby and handy. And then we'll come into a staggered leg shape. So left knee is forward, right knee is back. Now, if for any reason this isn't feeling very good in your body, sometimes hugging the feet in a little closer can feel better. Bringing a blanket under one of the ankles if that's feeling supportive. Turn the heart to frame the left knee. And then bring that bolster right in front of the left knee. Now know that those blocks are nearby, so if you need additional support, it's a beautiful place to come. With your next breath, bring the elbows to rest on the bolster. Now a few options here. You can stay here, just letting the head sort of dangle down. One of my favorites is to bring a block onto the bolster and then let the forehead come to the block. That can feel a little bit more easy, a little bit more restful. Anytime we're bringing something to the third eye, to the forehead, it literally signals the nervous system to rest and slow down. There's a little nerve bundle right behind the third eye that cues our vagus nerve to engage, which is our rest and digest. We'll be here super long, so just want to find these first few breaths. Making any little shifts, any little movements you need to feel more at rest. Your next couple of breaths. Notice where else you can release and let go. There's a tiny bit of engagement in this shape. There has to be to hold your body up, but let there be softness through the palms, the fingers. Notice if there's any gripping in the jaw. Last couple breaths here. Just a few moments. Once again, tap into this little space between the breaths. This natural place of pause. This natural place where the breath is just spacious and open. Those little moments of pause, nothing to do but just simply notice that place. More moments, few more breaths. Last 3 breaths. Aware of the pause, aware of the space in the breath. So you feel ready, let the palms come to the bolster. Just place that block nearby but off to the side. Scooch that bolster off to the side as well. So the transition here is you're just going to simply roll onto your belly. So it's just rolling onto the left hip, extending the left leg, just coming onto your belly. Your head moving towards the back of your mat. Just let the forehead come onto stacked palms. The feet can be wider. This is really a transition, but we'll be here for a good few breaths. Imagine this as creating space. Space through the front of the hips. Space in the back. Space through the belly. Just noticing anything you need here. Sometimes just a little rock of the hips side to side might feel good. Maybe you rest one ear on stacked palms. Maybe switch after a moment or two. Allow this to be guided by your breath and what you need in this moment. Feeling that beautiful space of the belly down here. Last 3 breaths. As you feel ready, bring the forehead to your mat. And sliding the hands underneath the shoulders. Press your way into tabletop. So coming to hands and knees. Shoulders are over wrists, hips over knees, back is flat. Now in the slowest way possible, begin to round the back, and this is going to take you 2 or 3 breaths to get there. It's super slow. Less to reach that place of edge or stretch. Just that little bit of tiny movement. Let the head go, the tailbone drops. As you're ready, the belly drops toward the earth. And eventually the heart reaches forward just a little bit. So this is the cat-cow flow. Going less flow and more just really intuitive somatic movement. Rounding the back as you're ready. Belly drops open, heart as you're ready. Just about 3 more cycles. Again, this is super slow. In fact, move slower than you think you should and just notice how it feels to intentionally slow it down. Sometimes, honestly, it's a lot harder. Just notice, how does it feel to let the movement be gentle, slow, and ease. And once you found that 3rd cycle, that 3rd round, just find a pause. No rush to get there. As you're ready, you'll just simply come into that 2nd side. So bring the left knee forward, the right knee forward. Staggering the legs. Now your bolster may be on the other side, so make sure you bring that bolster over. At least one block is nearby. Good. Turn the heart to frame the right knee. And as you exhale, bring the forearms onto the bolster. Maybe the forehead comes onto a block. Seeing some beautiful support in the room, bringing extra blankets in to support the joints. Bringing an eye pillow onto the block for a little extra softness. So again, this is technically a yin pose, so there can be a propensity, a calling to go really deep here, but instead, let there be softness, let there be less. to arrive, we're softening the hands, the jaw, softening the belly. Coming back to that practice of just noticing the pause and the breath. This time as you breathe, this time as you notice the pause, you get to think of that little pause as something you could place, something beloved in. Allowing the pause to become a chalice to place a beautiful flower, a sparkle of light, the perfect sunset. Every moment, every pause in the breath, begin to drop into those pauses. For you, what feels like beloved? What feels like divine? Take about 5 or 6 more breaths. Bottom of that 5th breath. Whatever feels right for you, if you need another moment here, another pause, stay. As you're ready, palms eventually come onto the bolster. You gently rise. And again, keeping a block somewhere nearby, having that transition, just rolling onto the right hip and come onto the right arm. And then just stretching the legs long, coming onto the belly. The forehead come to the earth. So again, forehead can rest on stacked palms. Maybe it feels better to rest one side of the head or the other. Maybe the arms feel better resting by the sides. Just let everything go here. The only shape, the only expectation is to just breathe. Next couple breaths, imagine feeling the pelvis, the front of the hip bones. Get heavy towards the mat. Notice how that allows some spaciousness through the pelvic bowl, through the sacrum, the back. Letting go of any gripping, any holding. Last few breaths. Your last breath or so, if you haven't already, bring the forehead to stacked palms and just really slowly rock the head side, just giving that third eye, giving that forehead just a little tiny massage. Eyes can be closed here, eyes are just heavy. The time feels right as you're ready. Palms slide underneath the shoulders. Once again, pressing into that tabletop pose. And this time, you'll take your bolster and bring it between the knees. Big toes touch, knees are wide. And you'll find a child's pose on the bolster. Now, I sometimes like to bring the bolster up at a little angle. Sometimes having the bolster a little higher can feel just a little better in some bodies. We're not going to be in this shape super long, but I also honor that with some bodies, child's pose just doesn't feel good. If that's the case, you'll simply come onto your seat. Just come into a wide leg forward fold on the bolster. Good. So in this child's pose, let one side of the head rest. It doesn't matter, left or right ear. Allow there to be some breaths into the space of the back body. Once again, noticing the pause. Placing in the pause and the breath. Sprinkles of divine. A few more breaths. Bring the opposite ear to the bolster. Last few breaths. Begin to slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Gently come up and bring your bolster lengthwise on your mat. I did bring a second bolster because I changed my mind. And then you'll have one block that you'll bring a blanket over. It doesn't have to be the whole something like that. Second bolster will be a little bit lower on your mat. So your heart is going to come behind this bolster. Legs will come up and over the second bolster. Now the trick here is you really want the sacrum fairly close to that top bolster, the bolster closest to the block. And then as you're ready, you'll begin to just lay the heart back onto the bolster. Once you're there, you can shift the hips a little bit. The sacrum and the low back should definitely be on the earth. So one bolster is under the knees, one bolster is behind the heart. Head is resting on the blanketed block. Now know, if the block feels too far away, bring that block up a level, or you can fold the blanket up a level. And if it feels good, you can take the arms wide, maybe for a few breaths, but only if that feels good to you. Otherwise, elbows rest on the bolster and hands on the belly. As you've all naturally done, this is a really nice place. High pillow for the support on the belly. Ancient texts believe that this space, little space in the breath, was one of the ways to directly access divine. In the Sri Vidya tradition, it is the direct access to conversation with the goddess. The pause is the place not only to offer rose petals and starlight, the beauty of this world. The pause is also the place to embrace that which is the universe, that which is the divine source. In your time in this shape, with the heart shining to the stars, allow this to be your practice. In each pause in the breath, you embrace the beloved. You embrace your understanding of that which is the great pulse. This beautiful portal of the space in between, known as the Mudya. It can be a daily practice. A pause between effort and ease. Pause between one thought and the next, between doing and being, between who we've been and where we're going. The pause just before we fall asleep. And the pause just before waking. Take about 5, 6, 7 more breaths. Making a choice to stay here, letting this place be your Yoga Nidra rest, your nest for the Yoga Nidra practice. Or if you'd like to shift and come into another shape, just begin those little movements of fingers and toes. Eventually bending one knee and then the other. Without giving it too much thought, you'll just roll to one side. Still be on the bolster. Just come to one side first. And pause there. And gently press your way up. Beginning to build whatever feels like a supportive place for the Yoga Nidra practice. As we always do, taking all the time you need. Using all the props, all the support. Knowing that the shape that you took last class, you need something different tonight. So feel free to lay on one side, sideline Shavasana. Maybe you need an extra blanket under the head. Maybe the eye pillow serves you tonight, maybe not. It's all good. Find the place that feels best for you. And as we always do, you find your way, you settle, and then you pause and you ask, what else do I need? How else can this shape feel supportive and sweet? Sometimes it's just the simple shift of a fold in a blanket. Finding your way and tucking yourself in. Once you arrive there, allow yourself those first few moments of total stillness. Knowing that you always have autonomy to move or make a change. But letting just the first few breaths bring in a pause and a deep stillness in the body. from that place of stillness, bring all awareness to the entry point at the nostrils. All awareness of breath at the portal, the entry point of the nostrils. Noticing the temperature of the breath as you breathe. The sensation, the awareness of the breath just there. 9 breaths, all awareness focused at the entry point of the nostrils. Releasing awareness of breath at the nostril point. Feeling with your next inhale, the breath breathes from the soles of the feet all the way up the front body. A little pause at the crown of the head. The exhale travels down the back body to the soles of the feet. Pause there. Inhaling up front body. Pausing at top. Exhale down the back body, pausing at the bottom of the feet. A few breaths, breathing this circular pattern around the body. Inhaling up the front and down the back. Releasing the circular breath. Allowing the body to just be held. Allow there to be a sense of ease, a softening through the feet, the soles of the feet, the toes. Relaxing the legs, thighs, the knees, the shins. Softening the hips, pelvis is sacred. Relaxing the belly space. Softening the heart. Relaxing shoulders, down the arms, relaxing the hands. Softening the throat. Softening the face, the cheeks, the eyes. Relaxing the crown of the head, the forehead, the space above the head. Softening the eyes, the face, the jaw. Relaxing the throat. Relaxing shoulders, arms, hands. Softening the heart. Releasing the belly. Relaxing the space of the pelvis, hips, sacrum. Down the legs, the thighs, knees, lower legs. Relaxing the feet, the toes, the soles of the feet. The whole body relaxed. Whole body softened. Whole body held by the earth and by your breath. Count backwards from 27 to 1. 27 inhale, 27 exhale, and so on. If you lose count, start again at 27. If you reach the number 1, start at 27 again. Counting backward from 27 to 1. Release the counting. All awareness rests in the space behind the eyes. All awareness resting in the space behind the eyes. Aware of your body being breathed. Aware of the breath. Aware of your body resting on the earth. Aware of any sounds outside this room. Aware of any sounds inside the room. Aware of your body resting on the earth. Aware of your body being breathed. As you feel ready, letting the breath become slightly more intentional. Allowing your awareness to come back into the space. In a way that best serves your body. Beginning to find little, slow, gentle movements. Taking at least 8 or 9 breaths to eventually roll to one side. Once you found your way onto one side, there just be a few breaths, aware of the mudya, the space in between the inhale and exhale, the threshold, the portal to that which is beloved. As you feel ready, super slowly pressing one palm into the earth, gently rise. As you feel ready, palms together, thumbs at the heart. Sealing this practice with a single, very soft chant of Om. Take a breath in. Exhale the breath away. Inhale. Om. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. A beautiful evening, a beautiful week. See you maybe next week. I did want to mention, if this is outside of karma, that I do a monthly new moon practice that's all online. It's an hour-long, 30-minute restorative, 30-minute Nidra, and then I send the recording out afterwards, so you have a practice to do throughout the whole month. So if you're interested, I'll leave my little notebook up front, and if you want to give me an email, that would also mean you go on my mailing list, and I mail out maybe once a month, just the stuff that's happening with me. So if you're interested, there's zero pressure. I'll put it at the front desk. Thank you.